For sure. And so we're looking for some more pro tips, right?
Okay.
Because again, this wearing and styling is different. And so if someone needed to transition quickly from
Mm-hmm.
day to night, let's just say
Oh,
they
I like
started
that.
out in the day
Yeah.
and then they ended up with a last minute date and that had to become night. How can one either keep something on their person that they could always use to elevate that look, or how can they just simply change what they have, from day to evening?
Uh-huh. Okay. I'll give you a prime example for that. So, although I've been doing this for 20 years, I worked in corporate America for quite some time as well. So, I
Hmm.
didn't start doing fully spoiled boutique until about 10 years ago. I was laid off from my corporate job, and I just decided at that point, you know what? I'm not going to go back into corporate America. I am going to focus on just my business, and I haven't turned back since. But I said
Hmm.
all that to say is I was your girl for turning my work look into my either going out with the girls look or
Yeah.
meeting my husband for dinner look or hooking
Yeah.
up and going out, on a Friday night, look. So what I would often do is let's say I had on a suit, right? I had on a
Hmm.
suit, and this was kind of a normal staple look for me. I would wear my slacks. I would often wear like a sweater, like either a button up sweater with a collared shirt underneath. And,
Hmm.
my
Yeah.
glasses, my jewelry, whatever. So very conservative, very work appropriate. Well, if I wanted to go out, I would take that sweater off. I would tie it, around my neck. I would take my shirt, I would tuck it in, I would put my heels on, I would add some bigger earrings, a bigger necklace, my red lipstick, take them glasses
Right.
off, and I turn into night. Just that quickly. Roll up my sleeves,
Mhm.
put my bracelets on, and just that quickly I've kind of switched that look up from corporate America, but to I'm now cute and I can still go out and hang out and still be cute.
Now that sounds like a whole nother persona. That persona name?
Yeah. Yeah. What's her name?
She went from Mika to woo child,
Ooh,
Sasha.
child.
From Mrs. McCants to you better watch out.
Okay. And I love that because I definitely like to bring my style to the workplace too.
Mhm.
I like so when we talk about wearing it versus working it, I want to work it in the workplace.
So, Mika, I just want to kind of go back a little bit, because
Mhm.
something that you said it struck something in me, and it was very inspiring.
Okay.
You opened up the boutique back in 2005, but yet you were
Yep.
still in corporate, and it sounds as if you've been doing this full time as a business owner, right? So, a business
Yes.
owner, as we know, is different than self-employed.
Right.
Self-employed, you have to be there in order for it to work. A business owner, you get to delegate and your business is
Yes.
actually functioning with or without you, right?
Yes.
So, what gave you the mindset and the will to do that simultaneously and then jump full in? Like, that was a super risk. And thank goodness you took that risk.
Yeah.
I did. I personally can't take any credit for that at all, though. That was totally God. So,
Absolutely.
like I said, I was in corporate America and had been for years, and I was actually doing very well at the time that I got laid off. I mean, I was making six figures. So you just don't quit
Yeah.
voluntarily a
Mhm.
job like that, right? So had I not gotten laid off, I may very well still today be in that business. However, what it did for me is it kept my business stagnant. It kept it like this, right? So I was not able to grow as soon as I probably should have because I had a full time job. I could not give my all to my business. So when I did get laid off, it just was something in me. When I tell you I was sad for one day, I came home that night. I was upset. I was talking to my husband. I woke up that very next morning and I called my husband. He was already at work. I said, I'm about to jump on a plane. I'm about to go visit some of these vendors. I'm going to work at Spoiled this week and just see what my business does. I don't know if I'm going to go right back to corporate America. So he said to me, like, are you sure? You know, by the way, shout out to him having a supportive husband who can think you can do anything is huge, right? But it worked out, you know, immediately that particular year of not having my business. When I say my business tripled in
Mm.
revenue that year, I mean,
Wow.
it went to a whole nother level and I haven't looked back since. But I
I love
guess to actually answer your question, my faith was just in God. You know, I was obedient and he must knew what was best for me by even allowing me to be laid off.
I love that. Now that's the epitome of
Amen.
a girl knows the assignment. Go ahead.
Yes. Staying on assignment, so important.